been ready for this one inside the Xfinity Center for a couple hours. Basketball on the Big Ten Network, powered by Ram Trucks. It's the Buckeyes and the Terrapins to start off a triple header here tonight on Big Ten Network. Hey, folks, beyond the arc.
And I think for Ohio State, it's going to be so important tonight to flush the pit game. It is what it is. You had your chances. You let it slip away. It's a new day today. And for Maryland, drive that ball. Ohio State fouls a ton, especially on dribble drives. Throw it inside. Find that paint area.
Gillespie on the step back and buries a three. Maryland has been shooting lights out the last couple of games. They've been hitting 43% the last two nights.
Gillespie had been a little bit quiet with his scoring the last two, but this is a much deeper Maryland team. Yes, no more Jameer Young, but you look at how many different guys on this team can hurt you. The depth of the roster so much better.
Ohio State's been tested. Opener against Texas, a win, nice floater. And if they can get points from Sean Stewart on the inside.
As well as anybody in college basketball, forcing just under 17 turnovers a game.
Beat it down to Julian Reese. He got bumped by Stewart. And Julian Reese will go to the free throw line where that had been a problem.
For Ohio State. This front court has been undermanned. Aaron Bradshaw not participant as well.
You go over the 7-1 freshman, A official. We got a loud student section right behind us. They've been here for a while because they all want to see that guy, Patrick Queen, from the top of the arc.
Now, Ohio State just trying to keep that. It's going to be totally fine with giving up. Devin Royals had a good start to his sophomore year, but he has not shot it well from three.
Oh, he's 2 of 11 after that miss from beyond the arc. Selton Miguel's a different story, and he stays hot.
I'm telling you, Jason, you look at this Maryland roster, there is a lot of talent. Selton Miguel still settling in. That's the AAC Sixth Man of the Year from last season, drilling it.
Royal saw nobody around, and that's a solid take to the free throw line.
Just understanding what the defense is giving you. They want to bring full court pressure. Ohio State wants to be aggressive, break that thing to score. Devin Royals so effective at scoring in that painted area.
Gillespie's already hit one, and hits again. Offensive board.
Maryland had zoned up there, went man-to-man into the possession. It just took Ohio State totally out of what they wanted to run.
He's working on Parks, and that's a matchup Maryland's going to take advantage.
Absolutely. Austin Parks only played in 9 games last year, hasn't played a ton this season, and Julian Reese, a seasoned vet in this league.
Short pass to Parrish. Nice find. Devin Royal having a nice start to this ball game. He's got 6.
One of the few defensive miscues there for the Terrapins here early in this game. They just never matched up out of their pressure. They just give up a free one to Devin Royal.
Reese on the drive, and he laid it in.
I have seen more inverted pick and roll in the last, but the 3 is important. You know, you want to play Queen, Reese, those guys. There needs to be floor spacing for them to operate. Gapari can give you that.
Oh, nice take.
And that was a problem for Ohio State against Pitt, containing the bounce.
22 points a game off of turnovers, one of the best in the country. The inside-outside action, another offensive board by a guard.
And Bruce Thornton goes flying by on the closeout, and Rodney Rice just chases it down.
Here comes the All right, that's his first field goal attempt of the game.
Credit Maryland. I mean, they have just controlled everything defensively. They've taken the Buckeyes out of their offense. They're getting whatever they want on that end.
Yeah. Game.
Well, I love what Kevin Willard talked about, how in his recruiting out of high school, it came down to Georgia Tech and Maryland, and they felt like they were close, and it shows you just, even if you don't get a kid on the first side, you don't burn the bridge, they can come back around. Wow. This has been a clinic by... Selton Miguel, you just bail him out right there. And it feels like for Maryland, they have 7 defenders out there right now. Very feast or famine with his jumper this season. Certainly a guy that didn't shoot.
Mobley. Robbie, they've combined for 0 points here in the ballgame. Now 1. From in front most of the time against Pittsburgh. Gonna be a different story here tonight, down by 16.
Feels like for the first time all game, stringing some stops together.
Harris was bumped, and that is the second foul on Julian Reese. With 8.
Play the 4 and the 5, and to get him comfortable at understanding the offense. You have to think with Austin Parks, Queen is going to look to get him on the perimeter and drive him. Good shot fake.
Nice take, Selton Miguel.
You get the dribble drive, you get
On neutral site in the opener, a huge win for the Buckeyes. We went to Texas A&M on a Friday
night.
night.
They're battle tested, right?
But there's something different about the conference opener.
No doubt.
That's going to count.
And you think about this for the officials, you err on the side of calling it because at the break you can review, but it's just the effort and how hard they've played. I mean, they have just totally competed. And for Ohio State, their largest deficit of the year right now, 29-10. What a rebound. My goodness, this is just the effort plays.
I mean,
how is he not playing for Georgia Tech? We see poster, offensive rebound, made triple.
If you take Tafari Gapari in the last 8 days, you're talking about an all Big Ten player. He wasn't really playing that much before that. Did fine, and Devin Royal's been the offense. He has. Again, they will look at that at the under 4 timeout.
In the last 4 minutes, they look at it right now. Good pass. Ohio State bringing some pressure, and Maryland just hits the middle.
Their size the rest of this ballgame.
You're going to have to really hang in. You've got Maryland playing big. Indiana can play big. You watch Michigan play 2 7-footers left. Derek Queen in the middle of this 2-3 zone is you're in business because he can score it and he can play make. And that is some footwork right there. My goodness.
Again, deep in the shot clock.
Well done by Selton Miguel, just not giving an angle. Maryland got a little bit lost there, but Queen covered it up with his help defense.
Maryland playing downhill, and it's 22, and that's not good. Well, the Buckeyes have a little bit more size on the floor now. Stewart's back out there, too. Oh, he lost him. And he hits. Oh, Gillespie. Queen with the hands, 3-on-1. And Queen fouled on the way up.
Everything continuing to go for Maryland.
Derek Queen already 4 games this year with 20 points.
Dixon, because Dixon was going, and Derek Queen didn't back down one bit.
You're just turning this on. It was a 9-6 game. And Bruce Thornton, with 4 minutes to go, has his first points of the half.
That's one where, with Maryland's pressure, Thornton just put his head down and got to the paint.
Double on Queen. Oh, my God, the footwork.
That's got some dirt. And yeah, baskets have gone down for the Terrapins, but their effort has been tremendous.
Johnson to take. And every loose ball, that's going against Ohio State. A foul on the Buckeyes. Derek Queen, the first. Now on X. You can follow @B1GMBB on YouTube and Instagram and get immediate access to the best highlights, features, teams you love. Hang out with Andy Katz. Robbie Hummel loves hanging out with you there. There's probably some good Robbie Hummel videos on YouTube.
I don't know. Maybe not. Me and Andy together.
Bruce Thornton will finally earn a trip. Well, the score is one thing.
Yeah, it's just been that the pressure has taken them out of their offense.
Been held to 0 of 6. Gillespie, the floater, and the transfer from Belmont's got 11.
This is
Ohio State averages 11 turnovers a game. They have that here in the half. Queen was bodied by Stewart.
what fives are going to easily defend a play like that?
Event, Robbie, they look so advanced.
Well, the footwork stuff there, he can be a hub on the block. You know, he is so versatile.
called for his first foul.
A 33-point hole, it's going to be hard. And the ability level of some of those guys, Ace Bailey, Dylan Harper.
Quite the same on the defensive end, because that's what it's always been for Steve.
The rebounding and the defense has not been good there.
Gillespie put it on spin mode. Got his hand in there. Just the second turnover for Maryland here in the first half. Parrish for three. And if the Buckeyes don't get the ball back, they are going to head to the locker room without a three-point made basket in the first half. Terps can hold for the final shot of a dominant 20 minutes. Gillespie lets it fly. Pretty much everything else went down. 50-17, Maryland at the break. Buckeyes make 11 threes a game. They did not hit one in the first half.
Some of these Sean Stewart drives are just not high percentage plays. This is a high percentage play. Reese over the top of a 6-foot point guard. Eric Queen, everything though is contested at the rim. Wouldn't go under on him. I mean, Micah Parrish is a good defensive player. He's come over from a good defensive program. Jacoby Gillespie, 38% three-point shooter. You go under, and he just burns it on you.
He's hit 4 from beyond the arc tonight. Going a nice take.
On the rare breakdowns.
Kid, put this offensive end because of the defensive end shutting them down. I mean, remember, Ohio State scores 86 a game.
And they shoot the three as well as anybody in the conference. But they just have, Ohio State just hasn't played as hard as Maryland. It's pretty simple to see. A lot of new faces. You've got a good core back in Julian Reeves. And this team has looked fabulous here tonight. Where you've had it one, you're up 12 at half. You're up 5 with a minute to go in regulation. You're up 5 with a minute to go in overtime, and you foul three-point shooters. You turn the basketball over. You have to feel like you gave it away to Pitt, but now you've let it beat you 2 times. Big Ten play is here. We go to Purdue on Sunday. We have got to stay sharp for 40 minutes.
Ohio State has transition. Thornton, the lob, and Stewart.
They're 347th in fast break points. They played in the half court. But this is the first time where you've got 2 guys in Derek Queen and Julian Reese that are as physical as anybody in the league.
And you got Gillespie hitting shots from deep. He got fouled, yep.
Got hit on the arm, got hit in the body.
Gillespie, big part of what will be this year's team. Jameer Young last
was like, all right, Jameer has to totally hoop, and then we've got Julian Reese who has to play well. And if those 2 things happen, can we get anybody else to make a perimeter shot to get us over the top? This team's got a lot of options here. That's been on full display tonight. Time to get back into it, but they're down 40. You just don't see that in Big Ten play. And home and road, the road is a tough place here. It always has been. But if you watch last night, the job they've done defensively all night long.
Taking care of the basketball. Kevin Willard during shoot around today. Major emphasis as Reese will go back to the line. Robbie, the emphasis towards the
are up there with anybody nationally. Needs to survive on the glass, but you've got to flip some of these matchups. Defense and rotation. But none of that has happened. Now, when they played small, they've just gotten beat on the glass. They've gotten beat up inside. If you're going to play small, you got to get something out of that.
And there's Devin Royal to put it back. So 16 for the Soft. You don't want to leave him alone.
Ohio State lucky. They had no idea he was in the corner there.
Open look, and finally, Ohio State, 26 minutes into the ball game, has a made triple. He's 1 for his last 8. So again, Ohio State slowly trying to get some buckets. Chip away, see where they are with 13 minutes to go. Barnett's stripped away. Bruce Thornton, who came into this ball game, Robbie, with seven turnovers on the season. He's only got 2, but the team's got 14. Miguel takes flight.
Looks like a fast break drill. A long rebound.
There's Royal again, but he didn't have enough on the jump. He looks like he's limping a little bit back down the floor.
Wow. Gapare, man, is a live wire. Jay Young is competing out here. This game is, the score is certainly not in question, but Young is out here playing his tail off. I'll be a guard that guards, or the guy that guards. He's selfless coming out of the portal.
Headed back to Derek Queen, going to work on Parks. Goes to the hook shot in the lane, and the touch is there.
He showed off the total package tonight.
He's also chewed through that mouthpiece.
He's got some Steph Curry vibes to that.
Yeah, but Steph does it at the free throw line.
He's doing it all game long.
Meechie Johnson is fouled, which will send us by 35 in the 2022-23 season, and they are up by 34 right now.
Back, and now you've got all these new guys, but it shows you that, man, what we're doing is working.
It's going to be hard, too. First impressions. Mahaffey with a nice drive. First,
yeah, this has just been, it's been a clinic. That's been the weakness of Deshaun Harris-Smith's game. He just, as a shooter, has not been able to find the stroke in his time here in Maryland. These dribble drives are starting to
trying to get his shot, the long down low to Parks. Derek Queen left his feet, wave off the basket. A 1-and-1. Queen just holds off to grab another rebound. He's got 8.
It was great. I saw him in high school at an all-star game, and his body has certainly changed.
They'll turned it over. Mobley on the push. Gillespie didn't give up, but Mobley has 2. Buckeyes turned it over 12 times in the first half. Gillespie hit from behind, and the floater. That's right.
It's turning. But the people they've got back, the transfers they brought in, TJ Bamba, still a lot of talent that Dana Altman has his disposal. And Michigan State, tough loss against Memphis in that second-round game, but rebounded in a big way against Carolina.
Night. 0-5 from the floor. He's had 3 turnovers as well.
And that's kind of been his story, right? Like a lot of it has been the three-point shooting, but when he's been hot, he's been unconscious. But when he's gone cold, it's been really bad.
He'll stay in the game for now. Derek Queen went to the bench. Now, Bruce Thornton came into this game, Robbie, as one of the best point guards in all of college basketball. He has struggled to find any space. He's got just 5 points. And Mobley hits his.
On the night, 5 games of 3 threes or more. He's taken a bunch of attempts. Only 1 game where he's been under 40% from 3.
And that's what you kind of accustomed with Bruce Thornton, right? I mean, his ability to drive. He's a good
looked like their hair was on fire. And the game was so fast.
Mobley called for the foul. So Gillespie will go to the line for a
forward. You can't control if the ball goes in. But
hits them both. He's got 23. His career high is 26. So Jacoby Gillespie approaching that in his first ever Big Ten game. Mobley's fouled by Jay Young. He's on the floor and put together.
And Deshaun Harris-Smith, so just the player with Queen at the 5, you've got a lot of options and ways you can play.
2 turnovers in the first half.
He had 8 in the second.
And Ohio State has outscored Maryland by 7 here in the second half, and they're fighting here with 4:45 to go.
I think for Ohio State, it's got to be all right. We found some success driving Maryland's pressure in the second half. Disaster at the end, and now you have this, and you've got a very tense broadcast. You got to take that Pitt game. It's got to be out of your mind. But I kind of feel like from the result that the Pitt game beat them twice, and it can't beat them a third time. Oh, my God! Oh, jeez. The chin up on the rim.
I mean, Robbie, that's
how did Kapari average 5 points a game last year? Georgia Tech, that's crazy to me.
Now, the other part to that, too, is another bucket comfort. He's not able to bend his right leg.
That's kind of how it was the other night in the Pitt game, too. Then he came back in.
Another foul called on Ohio State.
Certainly Eric Musselman bringing in third.
For Iowa over Northwestern. Michigan come from behind win to win at Wisconsin and Matter.
Thing out in Vegas.
Gordon's shown some patience. He will absolutely have better nights. Mobley was scoreless in the first half. He hits another 3. So 15 for Mobley here in the second half.
You give John Mobley a clean look at the rim, and you're just shocked when it doesn't go down. That stroke is pure.
He's 3 of 5 from beyond the arc. I don't know. Reality here is Derek Queen flies in.
He just took the ball with him. That stat with Joe Smith. I mean, that's you're putting yourself in rare air immediately.
He's the first Maryland player to do it since Joe Smith in the '95 NCAA tournament.
It's not like he needed any more hype because of the way he's come in here. He's proven himself at the ground. He can be your hub on the block. He can be your hub at the elbow. He can play 5 out on the perimeter.
Against Syracuse, and then when they resume Big Ten play, they'll start with the West Coast trip. Young left alone.
Maryland has gone ice cold from 3. They're 2 of 12 from 3 in the second half.
That's a 23-point game, Robbie, which is a commanding, controlling victory.
It wasn't that close.
It has felt, I mean, it was 40.
Yeah. Kevin Willard has got to be thrilled with the way his team came out. And you talked about his speech as Ghaffari rips the rim off again.
Now the third best three-point shooting team is 4 of 19, and Ghaffari chased it down. He saved it, but then it hit him as he flew into the cameraman.
Real weapons in the backcourt and the front court to operate with.
Walk-on's getting some time. Ben Murphy, Lucas Sotel on the floor. And there is a difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Buckeyes have the ball. They got a couple of theirs on, too. Mahaffey is fouled with about 12 seconds. A long time to find a better first half in a conference game, ACC or Big Ten for Maryland. We're going to dribble out a conference opening dominant home win. 5 Terps in double figures. They hold a hot shooting team to 59 points. And Maryland leaves its home floor with a 24-point victory over Ohio State.
That was a no-doubter, Jason. Just the effort from the jump of this game. Maryland set the tone with their defense. The offense was